You better soak up that Raptors show sweetness, kids, while you still have time. Weekdays, 11 a.m. Eastern on Sportsnet 360. Blake Murphy, Matt Bonner, because Blake will go on to Jays Talk Plus. Matt will go on to whatever Matt does in the offseason. No one really knows. And here in the Raptors tunnel with me right now, my pal Blake. And Blake, we are always happy with 9 games left to continue to gas up Jakob Poeltl. Everybody is these days, and all season long, such a huge impact. You had Jamal Mosley saying he's a game changer earlier. Joe Mazzulla calling him a bear. Who else? Rick Carlisle was saying that he's the most underrated player in the NBA, which Garrett Temple doubled down on your show this week. But you're calling him the on-off god.
It's been pretty ridiculous, not to be blasphemous, but when it comes to Jakob Poeltl's impact on this team, do you know how hard it is at this point in the season with this team situation to have a positive plus-minus 8 games in a row, to have more games where you've been a positive on the plus-minus ledger than a negative? It's pretty ridiculous. And if you look, these numbers here are over the last 25 games since Jakob Poeltl came back from that hip pointer. We're talking about an 11-point swing per 100 possessions on offense, an 11-point swing per 100 possessions on defense, and then almost to a man, every single Raptor is shooting better when Jakob Poeltl's on the floor with them. That's the passing, that's the screening, that's the gravity he provides by being an offensive rebounder, scoring threat in the paint. Everyone just seems to play better with Jakob Poeltl, and that's the last 25 games. On the season, he's in the 88th percentile in terms of impact that he has on versus off on the court. That puts him in a tier with Karl-Anthony Towns and Draymond Green and Naz Reid, among other bigs in the league. So if you're looking for reasons for optimism for 2025, 2026, Yak having this kind of an impact. Scotty Barnes has a massive impact like that on the defensive side of the basketball as well. There's some real foundational pieces there,
which are going to be crucial for next season. And if we're talking about a catch-22 of some of these unconventional lineups we've seen, it's all good to see the development of some of the younger guys that are a part of this team. But the Raptors 905 have suffered a little bit because of it. They haven't had the bodies available. Certainly a record that they didn't expect to have with 1 game left on Saturday. Can you give me your assessment of their season?
Yeah, my biggest assessment is it's really tough to succeed at the G League level when your NBA team needs those guys. And this isn't an unsuccessful season for the 905 player development-wise, but in terms of record, this is a team that at one point led the G League with 5 consecutive playoff appearances. They won a championship. They got back to the finals. Now they haven't made the playoffs in a few years here. And the biggest reason for that is the Raptors have needed those guys. The Raptors had a great draft this year between Jamal Shead, Jonathan Mobo, Jamison Battle, and so on, but those guys haven't spent a ton of time with the 905. And even the guys who have, Ulrich Shamshay was developing very nicely, then he's out for the season. They had Frank Kaminsky down there manning the center position, out for the season. So that 10-2 run that they went on around the turn of the calendar, far in the rear view now. And then you look at, hey, where's the success for this program this year? Well, you look at Shamshay's development. You look at an AJ Lawson. Well, where's he been the last month? He's been here.
With the big club.
Not with the 905. Jared Rhoden has gone up and down a little bit, but he's been here maybe more than they would have expected. Emmanuel Quickly's flexing behind us right now. Great show there.
IQ back tonight.
A guy who does not need 905 time. But yeah, that's the big thing. And next year, if this NBA club is more competitive, you'll be able to be a little bit more patient with those young guys. See them with the 905 a little bit more. If we can get me another one of those replica 905 rings.
Oh, I know you want to add another one to the collection. So yes, 905 not going to the playoffs, but the Hornets Greensboro Swarm are, what's up, RJ? Swarm are going for the first time in their 905 G League careers. I guess not 905.
First time they finished 500.
Big deal for the Swarm, who Rhoden was once a part of, now with the 905, and very happy to be here and complimentary of that 905 program. All right, we are very complimentary of the crew around us. We'll get back to the guys in studio to wrap up final thoughts before tip-off.